Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and today I'm going to be talking with you about all of the books that I read for the month of November. So I read 5 books for the month of November out of the 7 that I was supposed to read during my TBR game. I only got to 5 and I'm going to be talking about all of those and my thoughts and a brief synopsis, and yay, I'm excited. So here we go. First book that I read was The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer, and The Wishing Game is about a girl named Lucy Hart, and she is selected by the author of a popular children's book series to come to his estate and compete in a series of games and challenges to win the one and only copy of his brand new book. So I really enjoyed this book. I thought that it was a fun yet somber mystery that tugged on your heartstrings. I was very much reminded of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It gave me those vibes. I thought this was a fairly clean read. It was a clean romance with very mild language, so pretty clean in my opinion. And I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. All right, so the next book that I read was One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This is an adult fantasy, and this is book 1 out of a series. I know the second book, I believe, is called Twisted Crowns, just came out last month. Okay, so this one at first took me a little while to get used to the magic system. So the magic system is basically these cards that everyone uses the cards to their advantage and their political gain. And there's several different cards that they each do different things, okay? But magic comes with a price in this kingdom. So a little backstory, the people who were sick with the mist, they were usually disposed of because if they survived the sickness, they were changed in a bad way, like they had magic, and that was very frowned upon. So usually they kind of got rid of these people. So our main character, Elspeth Spindle, was hidden away as a child after she got sick from the mist because her family wanted to protect her. So she was hidden with her aunt and uncle, and she did survive the sickness, but she has magic afterwards, and they kept that a secret. So her consequence was that she has this monster in her head that she got from touching one of the cards. But her ability and her power in the hands of the right people is put to good use, and she has to work with the nephew of the king of the kingdom to uncover the cards that they need to not only save a loved one, but other people who have been sick and who have powers now, and basically a new fresh start on the kingdom for a better kingdom. So yeah, this book was definitely a little out of my comfort zone. I thought it was a little dark and eerie. However, it was more on, I will say, maybe the cozy side of being dark, but it was still a little dark. There was some language. There was like some strong language. There was a spicy scene, and it was kind of violent on some occasions. It was interesting, and I will say I am interested in reading the second book to kind of see where it goes, so I will give it that. I did give it 4 out of 5 stars. All right, so the third book that I read for the month of November is Cold Clay by Juno Black. This is the second book set in the Shady Hollow Cozy Mystery series. Our main character, Vera Vixen, has yet again to help solve a murder. The bones of a long-dead moose are discovered in the Cold Clay apple orchards, and unfortunately, Joe the moose is a top suspect. Vera, with the help of her friends, has to help clear Joe's name and uncover the real killer. I really love this series. It is so much fun. It is cute, cozy, and just puts you in a really great mood. I love how all of the characters are animals. There's no humans set in this series, but the animals have a town, they have jobs, they have different personalities. And like example, Vera Vixen is an investigative reporter, and she absolutely loves her job. And Joe the Moose, he owns the coffee shop. Vera's friend Lenore, she is the owner of the bookstore. One of the police deputies is Orville the bear. So yes, such a fun, cozy mystery series. If you're looking for something a little different and out of the ordinary, I would really recommend this series. It is a lot of fun. And I gave Cold Clay 4.5 out of 5 stars. The fourth book that I read for the month of November is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. I really enjoyed this book. I really like the Harry Potter movies, and I have not read all the books yet, which is really bad and sad. But I did like this third installment. I will say this one, as just like all the other books in the universe, has so much more into it than the movie. Like you learn so many things that you wish the movie would have included, but of course for time constraints it's impossible. But like there was, I'm not going to give anything away, but there were a couple of occasions where I'm like, wow, this would have explained so much more had it been put in the movie. I never knew that, and like my mind has been blown. So yes, that was a great read. That was 5 out of 5 stars. Loved that book, absolutely loved it. So yeah, that was my fourth book. The fifth book that I read was The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. And I'm in the same boat with the Harry Potter series that I am with in this series. I love the movies, huge fan of the movies, have never read the books. Yes, very sad. However, I really enjoyed this book as well. I will say that Tolkien, his writing style, I wonder if it's because like he's an older author, because I had the same problem with like Lewis Carroll and Dickens and Kenneth Grahame, The Wind in the Willows. I think sometimes when they're an older author, sometimes it's hard for me to catch on, like from the beginning, you know, like their writing styles like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm the only person like that. So sometimes his writing style, I really have to focus. Like The Hobbit is an easier book to read, in my personal opinion, than The Lord of the Rings, but that doesn't mean I didn't like this book at all. I truly enjoyed getting deeper into the story and with details and all of that that you cannot get in the movies. This still was a 5 out of 5 for me. Just because I find his writing style harder to read doesn't mean I didn't enjoy the book. And this was a cozy, curl up by the fire with your pet drinking tea type of book. But it still maintained that epic fantasy that we know and love from the movies. I really enjoyed it, 5 out of 5, and I look forward to reading the second book. I'm going to quickly go into the books that I read for the month of October because I did not do an October reading wrap up. I only read 3 books because I had a super busy month and it was kind of embarrassing that I only read 3. But I read The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, The Murder of Mr. Wickham by Claudia Gray, A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn, the Veronica Speedwell mystery series, the first in the installment. I know she has a ton of those. So just to wrap those up super quick, I'm not going to go into great detail. The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes is a young adult mystery series. This is the first book in a trilogy, and then she just released a prequel book to the trilogy. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was fast-paced. I finished it really quickly because I was so engaged. It's about a girl named Avery who has been chosen to be the sole heir of this billionaire's estate, and she has no connection to him, and his family is not happy whatsoever. So we have 3 brothers who are going to do whatever it takes to uncover why she was chosen to inherit all of this money. And it's very good. So I'm excited for the second book. I picked the second book. I drew it out of the jar, TBR jar, for the month of December, so I'm going to read that this month, so I'm excited. That one was really good. I gave that one 4 out of 5 stars. It has really short chapters. If you love books that have really short chapters, I want to say there's like 80 chapters in this book because the chapters are super short. So if you like books with short chapters, this is the book for you. The Murder of Mr. Wickham by Claudia Gray. I flat out loved this. So this was some creative liberty taken with the Jane Austen characters set in a murder mystery series, set in a murder mystery atmosphere. So we have all of the characters, or quite a few characters from the Jane Austen series, and unfortunately they're at this house party and Mr. Wickham shows up out of nowhere and the next day was murdered. So nobody's too upset about it, but they got to figure out what happened. So I just love all of the Jane Austen characters in here. I was engaged. It's a cozy, clean mystery, and it's just a lot of fun. I'm excited to read the second book in this series by Claudia Gray. I think it's The Death of the Late Mrs. Willoughby. I may be botching that title, but I'm super excited to get that book, and it was a lot of fun. That was like a 4.75 out of 5 stars. It was so close to being a 5, but I loved it. It was great. The Veronica Speedwell series, the first book called A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn. This one was a good book. I think I was caught off guard, perhaps by some of the language in the book. There had a lot of taking the Lord's name in vain, and I don't know, for a book set in the 1800s, the Victorian era, I was a little taken off guard. I was like, whoa, liked it. I thought it was good. I don't know if I will collect all of her books. I'll probably rent them from the library or something, but it was good. Character Veronica was attacked by someone after the death of her last surviving aunt, and it takes her on this massive journey of uncovering a really, really big secret that she is a part of. So it was this huge ordeal. I will say the ending, I was like, wow, I was not expecting that. It was good. I liked the book a lot. So I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. All right, so that was a quick rehash of my October reading wrap up plus my November reading wrap up. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked this content, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you for December reading wrap up. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.